Hello world, it's Birdo Prey 5, Qapla. Welcome to Bed Life for, what's today? July 26th. Friday, July 26th, 2019. TBIF. It's Friday, yes, indeed. Friday, let's see, audio is working. We've got it good from there. John Araki is first. Qapla, John Araki. Life with Matthew is a quick second. Qapla, Life with Matthew says, hey, bird. And Mark Andy is third, says, hi, welcome, Mark Andy. Let me get my tablet set up as usual. Let's see. Here we go. Live, Bed Life, July 26th. And switch on over to live chat from top chat. Don't forget to do that. Mark Andy says audio is weak. Sounded okay to me. Let me see again. Audio is weak again. Qapla, testing. Sounded okay to me. Let me see again. Anyone else having trouble with the audio? Testing. Obviously, you're going to be hearing. Okay, right now you'd be hearing. You'd probably have heard some echoing. There's some echoing going on. I just fixed that now. Okay, so from this point on, how does the audio sound? Okay. John DeMarco says hello all. Rambling Canuck says hello. Birdo Prey 5 and all. Not Ryan Johnson saying howdy to everybody. Sci-Fi Guy says Qapla, bird and family chat. And chat. Richie Poole says hello. Not Ryan Johnson says howdy to Sci-Fi Guy. Yeah, so everybody saying hello to each other. And volume is a little low. Okay, otherwise, says Richie Poole. John Street says, bird, how can you keep the feud with Turtistan going for 577 years? Why would it have to go for 577 years? And Joseph Patrick with a €2 super chat. Son of a beach. Hi, Mom. Hi, Joe. Oh, that's a good. Yes. Hi, Joe, Mom, Sassy, and the QWERTY community. Thank you, Joseph. Sci-Fi Guy is greeting, not Ryan Johnson. Rambling Cook says audio is fine. Volume is a little softer than normal, but all good. Does that make any difference? I just maxed out the amplification on the microphone. John Araki says, Birdo Prey 5. What are you going to do when you get a subscriber with a screen name with Alexa in it? Obviously, cancel. Cancel. Obviously, I will have to just call them by a different name. They will be called A or something. Are you in a prison jumper? Asked Joseph. No, this is not prison garb. This is just a solid orangish t-shirt Mamo Prey purchased for me recently. I tend to like solid bright colors. Josh Street says, bird, you were loud until I turned down my TV. And John DeMarco says, he'll have to say cancel a lot. Yeah, that's basically what will happen. John Araki says it will work out if their screen name is Alexa Cancel. That is true. We'll just have to hope that's what it is. And Josh Street says, bird is in the big house in Turtistan. No, I am not in a Turtistan prison, okay? For you guys who aren't subscribed, you should already be subscribed to Birdo Prey 5X channel. Just my username with an X after it. It is my additional channel where I upload, less important things. And this morning I uploaded the update on the Great Temple of Peace of Kuroga in Space Engineers, which has now had a number of defenses added to it. It is no longer safe for Turdistanis to even get close to the Great Temple. Anti-Trekker was there yesterday. He agreed to come in peace, and within minutes of his arrival, he had already started defiling the temple by digging around and underneath it, in a move that was clearly to destabilize the temple and destroy it. And he did not even have the cojones to face me, and he made me shoot him in the back. Again. So, Turdistan, Anti-Trekker, completely without honor, refusing to even turn and be shot, in the face like a true man. Thomas Potts with $1.99 super chat. Thank you so much, Thomas Potts. It's the dictator himself, says Thomas. I'm not a dictator. I'm more of almost like a pharaoh, right? A pharaoh wasn't the dictator. I mean, people like doing things for the pharaoh. That's how it is in Kuroga. That's how it is in Kuroga. Joseph says, what do you have connected to the Home Assistant? Oh, I'm not going to tell you guys. I tell you what I have connected, you're going to start making me say those things. Nope. You don't need to know that. Dot Right Johnson says Turdistan crapped on the Temple of Peace. They sure did. And then Anti-Trekker came and tried to destroy it by dropping metal blocks from high above. Which again he had to be neutralized. Although he thinks I shot him, I didn't. I don't know who shot him. I suspect he just got killed himself trying to drop the pieces because he doesn't know what he's doing. But whatever. Thomas says you never said you can't dig. Thomas, you don't go to a temple and be a guest of a foreign government and start digging under their temple or an embassy. It's just not done, okay? I didn't say he couldn't spit on it. I didn't say he couldn't poop on it. I didn't say he couldn't, piss on the wall. It doesn't mean that you're allowed to do things just because a sign doesn't say that you can't. That's just ridiculous. Anybody with any diplomatic sense would have known that anything done to defile the temple would have been completely inappropriate. And I make no apologies for putting an end to his damage that was impossible to repair, mind you. Every second he was alive was a further threat to the temple, and he just had to end the threat as quickly and frankly as humanely as possible. So it was it. That was the only way I could do it. And you know what? I didn't even demand he return the bullets. I could have. I should have. Because bullets aren't free. You gotta build the bullets. You can't just, they're not just, you can't just go buy them at Walmart in Space Engineers. You actually have to bring resources and build them. So really, I gotta say that Turdistan owes me a magazine of bullets. But we'll let them slide. Not Ryan Johnson says, bots here, the stream is now ruined. Thomas Bots, yes. Thomas Bots says, you said no weapons, yet you had weapons, he didn't. I had no weapons out, did I? Okay? I had no weapons out the thing is, no weapons in the temple. Outside of the temple, you're allowed to have weapons, but I told him not to bring weapons because it was a peace meeting. So there was no reason he should have brought any weapons. John Araki says, has anyone heard from Captain Cat? Captain Cat, I can't say that I have. I mean, certainly not today. Not Ryan Johnson says some Turtistani thinking, trying to find loopholes in everything. Exactly. And Thomas Potts is lolling at the Pharaoh comment. I noticed that nobody put up all the great comments from yesterday's Besiege video. So I guess DJ Odyssey is not here, so those comments will go unremarked, unrecorded, which is fine. But I did notice that I had a couple of good ones. John Street says lore just went live, but I'm staying with the evil dictator of Kuroger over the singing Packlet. Oh, he went live? I thought he just uploaded a video. If I knew he went live, I would have announced it, but oh well. Thomas Potts says if Anti-Trigger wanted to destroy it, he should have asked me. My weapons tests are very successful. John Street says, Bird, you said no guns near the church of the evil god occur. First, it's not a church of Anti-Trigger. It's not a church of the evil god. And Anti-Trigger is not an evil god. He is the devil figure in the Krogan religion. That said, I said he couldn't bring guns near it. And I said no one can bring guns inside of it. And I stick to those, those are the rules. John Araki says the Turds Templar. Mike Richards says greetings from Columbus, Ohio. Greetings, Mike Richards. Who are you? The person? Somebody on Anti-Trekker stream yesterday, and I missed who it was, said they were moving to Toledo, Ohio. And I wanted to say, oh my God, you have my sympathies, my deepest sympathies to whoever's moving to Toledo. But I wasn't sure who said it. Yosef says, want to buy Alexa for myself. So see, I asked, let's try. No, that does not work. If I tell her to turn off life support, it's not going to do anything. Richie Poole says, Bird is wearing orange in support of Kate Mulgrew and her TOS comments. No, orange is actually... What? Orange is actually Frank Sinatra's favorite color. And I just looked across the house and I noticed we have orange plastic cups, which seem to be about the same shade of orange as my shirt. Yeah. I didn't notice them before. But yes, orange is actually Frank Sinatra's favorite color. I don't know why, but that's what it was. So if you ever see like a Frank Sinatra dedication or something, it would usually be orange and blue. Orange for his favorite color, and of course blue for his eyes. Just a little bit of trivia there. Thomas Potts says, I put the one about Burn in Hell. Okay. Josh Street says, Bird, it has your face on it, so evil god. No, I'm not the evil god. Sci-Fi Guy says 1,420 sub-birds. Congrats. Thank you so much, Sci-Fi Guy. Yeah, we've slowed down, but still moving in the right direction. The right direction, of course, being up. So, yes. John Araki says, Holy Toledo. Indeed. Peter Quinn says, good evening, friends, Kurogans, Turtistanis, and Berto Prey 5. Thank you, Peter Quinn. Good evening to you. And John Araki just threw in a $1 super chat. Thank you so much, John Araki. Where are we? Thomas Potts says it was a church to Bird of Prey. He put a Christian cross in his face. Blasphemy. First, crosses are used by more than just Christians. Okay? And it wasn't a Christian cross, it was a Kurogan cross. It's not my fault if you can't tell the difference. Do you want to know what the difference is? A Kurogan cross has gun turrets on them. That's the difference. That's the main difference. Mike Richards says, Bird of Prey, it wasn't me. Understood. Cinnabon Bunny says, hi, welcome, Cinnabon Bunny. Thomas Potts' Bird of Prey is wearing his Rikers Island uniform. God forbid. Peter Quinn says, well, it's stormy here. Thankfully, makes a change from the heat. Yeah, I heard Western Europe was getting quite the heat wave. 108 degrees in Paris, 100 degrees in London. That is some extra heat, especially when you notice that Europe is more north than most of the United States. Just crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Joseph Petrix has hit that like button. The only way is up. Oh, thank you, Joseph. Yes, it is a good reminder. Bited the like button, says John Araki. Hey now, let's not get mean, okay? Whatever you do, like button, it should be consensual. Joseph Petrix is stormy, so R-rated. No, I don't think it's that type of stormy. Don't think it's that type of stormy. So I'm going to bring up the web browser. There's a couple of articles I wanted to bring up. Not a whole lot today, but some interesting ones, including one that I thought would have made bigger news, but no one. 100 is boiling. It's around 40, says Joe. So I meant 100 Fahrenheit, but yes, I do understand you guys wouldn't call it 100 degrees. Point taken. A couple of articles I wanted to bring up, and one of them I'm surprised nobody has made a video on yet. This is probably the biggest news that I haven't seen anybody mention. ABC is making a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy series for Hulu. Now, of course, ABC means Disney, right? ABC is owned by Disney. So this is like Disney is making a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy series for Hulu. And what does that mean? Well, of course we know what it means. It means that no doubt the main character, the human character, will no doubt be replaced from a white man to, I suspect, a woman of some race other than white. Do we have any firm details on that yet? No. But would I bet money on it? Absolutely. And here's what we know. Hulu might not have the answer to the great question. Well, they should, because everybody knows that it's 42. They just don't know what the question is. But it's cooking up something that the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy fans may appreciate. Yeah, no, they're not going to. If it does things right, it's not going to. Again, a lot of ifs. The streaming platform is developing an adaptation. Why does it need to be an adaptation? Of Douglas Adams' beloved classic, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, according to Deadline. Apparently the project will be headed by Carlton Cuse, one of the showrunners behind Lost. Dear God. Why? Bates Motel, Lock and Key, as well as Jason Fuchs, whose writing credits include Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman. Well, that wasn't terrible, but Lost does not give me hope. Honestly, I never saw any of these other ones. Cuse and Fuchs, who write and executive produce the project under ABC's signature, the streaming division of ABC Studios, and Cuse Gene Arts. Fuchs is reportedly writing a pilot script for what Deadline says, and this is it. This is the worst part. Is a modern updating of the classic story. So, why does this story need any updating? There is nothing that needs to be updated. It's perfectly fine. It doesn't rely on old technology. There's nothing that needs to be updated. It wasn't written in Old English. A modern updating of the classic story. That means they're going to change the gender and the race of the main character. That's exactly what it means. They should have just said that. Which started as a radio series in 1978, a very good year. It was eventually adapted into novels, comic books, and a TV series for BBC in 1981, a video game, and most recently a feature film, starring Martin Freeman as Arthur Dent. Well, who do we think Arthur Dent is going to be now? Ashley Dent? Probably. I would say that, or maybe something even more ethnic. I don't know yet. But I can tell you what Arthur Dent is not going to be: a straight white male. I think we all know that. Let's see if I'm right. Mike Richards says, since when does Disney own ABC? Since forever. Since forever. Whenever I have ABC on, they always got to stop and say, whenever they report on a Disney story, Disney is, of course, the parent company of ABC. Peter Quinn says, yes, heard about the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Awesome news, so long as they don't spoil it like the film. Peter, it is 2019. They have no choice but to spoil it. They can't not spoil it. It is beyond them to not spoil it. When they already use the words a modern updating of a classic story, of a story that has nothing that needs to be updated to begin with, you already know they're going to ruin it, Peter. I hope they don't. But you know what? I have less faith in this than I do in Star Trek Picard right now. And I don't have a hell of a lot in Picard. The only thing I'm sure will be worse than this is Star Trek Discovery Season 3. But we'll wait and see. We will wait and see. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And I'll apologize, but I know I'm not going to be. John DeMarco says modern updating equals it will be garbage. Exactly. Perhaps worse than garbage. The Epic Beard says, hey nerds and feathered dictators. Welcome, Epic Beard. Dr. Alex says, hello, Bird of Prey 5. My latest video is finally doing its last rendering. It's a biggie. Very cool, Dr. Alex. Everybody should be sure to check on Dr. Alex's channel, especially if you're a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy fan, or fencing, or various other things. But yes, check out Dr. Alex's channel. Peter Quinn says, I had the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy game too, text-based. Joseph says, I do not want to change gender nor color. Anti-Trekker would want me. Yes, he might. He might, Joseph. If you turn to become a woman of a different race, I bet you would jump up 8 or 9 points in Anti-Trekker's book. Thomas Bott says Arthur will be a gender fluid name, probably, if they even use the name Arthur. Peter Quinn says, what about Zaphroid? I might not be pronouncing that right. Well, aliens kind of have their own, aliens usually are safe from some changes. Anti-Trekkers has just got the notification. Nice. Well, what were we, maybe 15 minutes in, Anti-Trekker? Not terrible. Welcome to the stream. Peter Quinn says, woke guide to the galaxy. Exactly was what it's going to be. Exactly what it's going to be. And, yeah, I figured this would have made some bigger YouTube news. Dr. Alex says, oh dear God, no, the last film was fairly pants and had Douglas Adams. Wouldn't have let that one go had he been alive. This one will be worse. Yeah, pretty much. Thomas by saying Anti-Trekker. Peter Quinn says, nah, the TV series was awesome. Anti-Trekker says, by the way, you should change the name of your streams from Bed Life to hashtag shoot the min in the back life. Shoot the min? Shoot the min in the back? Shoot the men in the back? I don't know. I could turn it to shoot Anti-Trekker in the back. because you're the only one who needs to be shooting in the back, because you weren't man enough to face me and get shot in the face like a real man. Life with Matthews says maybe Dent and Ford will have a relationship. It's possible. Anti-Trigger says Thomas Potts. Hey, Peter Quinn says even had and read the books. Very cool. I only read the book a long time ago, like the books. I had that combined edition book that was like, bigger than the phone book. Bigger than the New York City phone book, which is pretty big. Thicker, at least. Yeah. Dr. Alex says, go check my vids of Stephen Moore reading the books instead. Yes, Stephen Moore. Sci-Fi Guy says, hey there, Anti-Trigger. Peter Quinn says, Brie Larson to play Dent. I wouldn't be surprised. The only thing that would surprise me is that she's probably too expensive for them right now. Thomas Potts says, Anti-Trigger, Bird is no longer a dictator. He wants to be a pharaoh. I just said pharaoh is a better explanation of my position, since I'm not technically a dictator. Peter Quinn says, I'm sort of an OG Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy fan. Like, I think everybody's an OG Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy fan. There's very few, if any, non-OG Hitchhiker's Guide fans, right? I mean, the movie, who saw it? The OG fans. I don't think anybody saw that movie and said, oh, great, now I'm a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy fan and I'm never going to read, watch, or listen to any of the old stuff. That didn't happen. There was just the original fans who saw the movie and some disliked it less than others. That was basically what happened. Peter Quinn says, hey to Anti-Tracker. Oh, Zophoid. Zophoid is how you pronounce it. Thank you. Peter Quinn says, how is this fine, Anti-Tracker, and are you regular again? You know what? Too much information to ask there. Ask about history if he's regular. Joseph says, shoot them in the back. Ah, is that what it says? Hashtag shoot them in the back. Anti-Trigger says, Thomas Potts, he can't be a pharaoh. They have honor. Not Ryan Johnson says, you aren't man enough to be shot in the face. Exactly. John Street says, only Bird takes a gun to a place of peace. The gun was not in the temple. That was the rule. Peter Gwynn says, yes, I also got the audiobook of the continuation of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Last year it was out. And Anti-Trigger says to Sci-Fi Guy and Peter Quinn and Mike Richards and everyone else who he's missed. Peter Quinn says BBC 4 had it. Vile Mike says, howdy folks, welcome Vile Mike. Peter Quinn says, true Berto praise the OGs, just the OGs saw the film. And Vile Mike says, Hoon increased the thrust speed on space engineers. Cinnabon, I believe. Or Cinnabon and Wesley, or Cinnabon with Wesley's permission. Something like that. Wasn't me. I know that much. All I know is now I can get to what used to take me like 4 minutes to get to. Takes me about 45 seconds. And then I have to aim straight up into the air for another 15 seconds till I slow down. Otherwise, I've already died a couple of times adjusting to the new speed. Including last night. It was after 11 p.m. Eastern. I was so tired. I wanted to get out of Space Engineers, but I had to make it back to my base to put all the stuff I had into a cargo container or get into a cryopod. I didn't want to lose everything I had on me. And I was so tired I could barely stay awake. And I after flying, quite a few times, even with the speed on, the last minute, I just wanted to get this over with, so I said, fuck it. I just went as fast as I could right towards the base, and I tried to stop. And I thought I would stop if I turned sideways and turned up. I actually somehow embedded my body into the mountain. So now my body was stuck in the mountain, I had to not only come back out with my new body with no tool, with just the basic drill, but I had to drill and get to my old body to save my stuff. So it took me like another 15 minutes I didn't have of useful consciousness to get the stuff back and then get back to the base and then get to sleep. Because I was so overtired last night. It wasn't funny. Peter Quinn says, if you're regular, you're healthy. Vile Mike says, finally made it to space yesterday, but slammed into a mountain despite full reverse thrust. Well, that sucks. I mean, anybody. I am on live chat. I'm skipping comments where people say hello to other people. You know, if you're just saying hello to somebody else, those chats I'm not going to read. But I do believe I am on live chat, Thomas, yes. What comment did I skip? Oh, huh. Thomas Potts says, anti-trigger, next time we're on, send me the location of the church. I'll do another test. Thomas. Yeah, Thomas. Thomas says, Bird is skipping comments, unsubbing. That one I missed. I'm sorry. Thomas says, only Wesley and Cinnabon can make changes. Not Ryan Johnson says, Thomas Potts unsubbing, finally. Vile Mike says, well, it lost me a ship I built over several days. Lol. Yeah, it's too bad we couldn't put a some type of warning message in when you open the game that says, you know, by the way, be careful how fast you go. Mike Richards says, bullets are the last thing anti-trekker's back needs right now. Josh Reed says, Thomas Bird is on top chat. No, I'm on live chat. I remembered to switch to live chat at the beginning of the stream. Peter Quinn says, losing everything would be a bugger. Yes, it would. It's already happened a couple of times. Once I went into a cryopod and I came out and everything was gone, and I had, I don't know what, but I had respawned back at the spawning point. I don't know why the cryopod was still there when I went back there, but I was gone. I was no longer in it, and all my stuff was gone. Just evaporated into the ether. Ridiculous. Thomas says, how can you get tired sitting on your throne while your workers that don't pay are doing the work? Yeah, you mean the slaves? There are no slaves in Kuroga, Thomas. See, you upset Sassy. Don't worry, Sassy. There's no unpaid workers in Kuroga. They're called volunteers. Right, they are volunteer workers. It's okay. Don't get Sassy upset. Sassy gets upset when she hears those bad words. Peter Quinn says, like Banner in the Hulkbuster MK2 Bird of Prey. Peter is laughing. John DeMarco says, Bird takes collisions with mountains to a new level. Peter Quinn says, we all get overtired. Some more than others. Vile Mike says, 4 large ATMO thrusters and a small H2 thruster were not enough to slow me down from re-entry. Vile Mike says, John DeMarco, when I hit the mountain, there was only a hill left. Vile Mike says, volunteer workers. Peter Quinn says, hey to Sassy. Joseph says, volunteers do not wear chains. Some might. I hope Auntie didn't get upset by Sassy barking. Peter Quinn says, my cats are just resting, not sleeping. The heat. Understood. And Thomas says, sure, volunteers with guns pointed at their back. Nevertheless, they are volunteers. Speaking of pets. And this is not a great story, I'll warn you. But it is a ridiculous one. This is not it. This is not it. I don't think you need to go outside. It's not about eating pets. So. Pet cemetery closes, forcing thousands to dig up remains. And I grant you this isn't a nerd story, but I saw this and I was like, how does this happen? Brighton, Michigan. For thousands of families that chose Heavenly Acres Pet Cemetery, they thought their pets would have a final resting place forever. But it turned out the land was leased, and now the lease is up. Families are now being forced to either walk away from their remains or dig them up. If it was out in the country, a beautiful place, says Stacy Heyman, Heavenly Acres in Livingston County is where she and her husband Matthew Wiseman buried pets for decades. The most recent was Bailey, a 21-year-old cat who was more like a family member. We used to go to her grave once or twice a year, clean it up, and have a nice little visit, said Stacy. They put their trust in Linda Williams, who ran the cemetery for years, burying about 74,000 animals on the property. Thousands were family pets. Well, what were the others? But anyway, farm animals? You bury farm animals in a pet cemetery? It cost about $800 for a burial, said Stacy. They put her in a casket. They had a beautiful room where we would say goodbye. They transported her out to the cemetery. It was just like burying a human being. Last November, Williams lost the lease of the property. Clients say they never knew the land was leased and not protected by a land deed. We all paid for perpetual care, and perpetual care means forever, Stacy said. You, Fox 2, were out there today and saw the grounds are deplorable. The pets' remains were in limbo until this month, when a letter came giving them a final opportunity to exhume the remains. It came from the lawyers of the landowners. They're calling it a goodwill gesture. If you don't want to disturb someone's final remains, whether they're a human being or an animal, she said, you don't want to disturb someone's final remains, whether they are a human being or animal. Williams could not be reached for comment. The couple feel she took advantage of their grief. To think someone was profiting off of this, says Matthew, Stacy's husband. Stacy says she does not know where all of their pets are buried. They have to choose from 9 different days between now and September to go exhume Bailey. It's pretty undescribable how hard that can be on a person whose friend and pet that was, Matthew said. Okay, we're obviously missing a lot of details in this story, but here's the way I see it. Okay? The blame here is on the landowners and the person who leased the land. I think the person who leased the land needs to be held financially accountable for basically everyone whoever purchased a plot from them. It's all been fraud, more or less. So they should probably be getting, especially if they paid for perpetual care, which is something, if they had a lease, they should have known was an impossible. They should never have allowed that. They could not have, that was not something within their power. They could have had in their fine print or something and make it known that, hey, this is leased and the potential will come that you will not be able to visit your pet after a certain date. But even if they had that, they certainly couldn't offer a service called perpetual care. So first and foremost, that woman, Williams, she needs to be brought up on fraud charges. But second, the landowners, and I have no sympathy for them as much as I sympathize generally with landlords and capitalism. If you're the landlord and you know somebody is using your property as a cemetery, and you should know, if you're the landowner, they should have known what the land was being used for within, weeks, if not days, of whenever she opened it. I'm sure they had to sign off on it or something. Even if they didn't, they should have gone by for a visit just as part of their due diligence. If they know that they're being used as a cemetery and they've just leased it out, they are taking on the responsibility then. Okay, if they didn't fight her in court and make her stop her from using it, if after a year, within the first year, they found out and they went to court and they said, this is crazy, this woman can't use our land as a cemetery, she's only got a lease, there's no guarantee she's going to be able to hold on to the lease, then sure, then they could be in the right. But if this has been going on for decades, or at least many years, then the landlords knew it was being used as a cemetery. They've taken on the responsibility as far as I'm concerned. Lease or no lease, if you knew your land was being used as a pet cemetery, you've lost your ability to exhume the bodies or to pave over it or to resell it. From now on, that's a cemetery, whether you have someone leasing it from you or not. There shouldn't be no bullshit about people having to come exhume the bodies of their own pets or you denying access to their pets. Now, you don't have to keep the place nice and fancy, but you do have to keep the place open, and you do have to allow other people to come in to visit their pets and to keep, if they want to clean it up themselves, they'll clean it up themselves. But that's it. You've lost your land. So nobody should ever even, no landlord should ever consider even allowing a leasee to turn it into a cemetery, because they should know if that happens, they're giving up their right to their own land. I mean, they still have to pay the taxes on it. That's basically it. Otherwise, it goes back to the state, I guess. But either way, that's what I'm saying. That this was bullshit. How this is even allowed, it's upsetting. It annoys me. That's what I wanted to say. John Tabarco says their prisoners were jobs. Vile Mike says volunteers with slave college. No, they are volunteers. Okay, all Kurogan workers are volunteers that work for Kuroga. Not Ryan Johnson. This is Thomas Potts. Stop pushing Turtistani propaganda. Exactly. I went on Doomcock's channel today to ask a question, and somebody told me that I had to stop cheating, which means that Anti-Trekkers Turtistani propaganda has spread off of the Anti-Trekker channel, and it's already affecting my good name on other channels. And Anti-Trekker and Thomas, they're gonna have to be responsible for this. It's only fair. Thomas Bot says bot Ryan Johnson is a Kuroga bot. Peter Quinn says, man, I'm sorry for the families of the dead pets. Yeah, me too. Not Ryan Johnson says Thomas Potts Kuroga. Lol. Peter Quinn says all of our family's pets are buried in my grandparents' family home. I buried like a number of goldfish when I was a kid. I had a parakeet named George. Poor George. I felt so bad when George died. He did not live long. He got really sick and he died. I miss George. George the parakeet I buried in the front garden of the house. Numerous fish, and I think my sister may have buried a hamster or two. Our so-called real pets, our first dog, was cremated. Our cat, unfortunately, by the time we had found her, there was nothing much left except fur and maggots, and it was disgusting. To this date, the most disgusting thing I ever had to do was clean up the body of my dead cat that was sitting out in the summer sun for weeks before it was found. And, it stunk, was horrible. But suffice to say, there was nothing left to be buried or cremated. And then my sister had a rabbit that was cremated, and our lighter dogs also got cremated. We never buried any animals. I had a good friend that does use a pet cemetery to bury their animals, and they like this family. They visit once or twice a year. And when I was reading this, I could just imagine if it was them that were getting the news that they had to come and dig up their dog that had died 15 years ago, and another one that died maybe 3 years ago. That would be crazy. Yeah. Viol Mike says, I see Bird of Prey as a Fallout New Vegas Caesar, pronounced Kaiser, Joe, and his government like the Legion. I see Bird of Prey as a Fallout New Vegas Kaiser, and his government like the Legion. Peter Quinn says, apart from the foreign ones. The foreign pets. Joseph says something similar happened to unpaid human graves. They will be reused. It's a good reason for cremation. Yeah, but even if they're reused, the old ones usually still in the ground. They just they settle after so many years. You can put a new grave over them. 50 years. Mamo Pray is saying that unless they've been buried in cement, after 50 years, the gravesite is usually considered available for use again, just due to natural settling, I guess, and breaking down of ashes to ashes, dust to dust kind of thing. Peter Quinn says, true, Joseph, the council and local MP tried to shut down a Jewish graveyard. Thomas Potts' says Bird buried his victims there, telling them it was a horse. Mike Richards says Peter Quinn in their new home. Ew. Peter Quinn says, ironic, it's one of MPs accusing Labor leader Jeremy Corbyn of anti-Semitism. A multi-gunman says, hey Bird, how's it going? Doing good, multi-gunman. How are you? Peter Quinn says when he was one of the protesters speaking for the Jewish community. While Mike says, I don't want to be buried. I want to be a science cadaver or something like that. Then cremated and my ashes thrown away. I am dead. I won't care what happens to my leftover meat. While Mike, it sounds very much like the Klingons, right? When the Klingons said, it is just an empty vessel now. Dispose of it as you wish to the body. That's that is the Klingon belief. That's fine with me too. Peter Quinn says garden, Mike Richards and pets. Mike Richards says Peter Quinn just being a jerk again. Multi-Gunman says I agree with you on this, Bird. Well, thank you, Multi-Gunman. Viol Mike says it's a bunch of dead animal carcasses. Why do people care? I understand what you're saying, but some people, and granted, I love my pets, but some people really love their pets. And they treat them as humans. They give them the same type of dignity, burial as a human would. And you know what? As weird as that sounds, if they've got the money, then they can do that. I'm not going to stop them if they paid for perpetual. And you know what? Anybody just should know that if you see the word cemetery, you should already know it means perpetual. There shouldn't be any doubt about that. That shouldn't have to go to court. So is a cemetery perpetual? Yes. If land has been dedicated as cemetery, then for all practical purposes, it's always going to be a cemetery. At least in 2019. You know, I can understand 200 years ago, they put cemeteries someplace, and then people came and decided, oh, we're going to build over it. And, well, it's not 200 years ago. It's 2019 now. We can remember where the cemeteries are. And if a cemetery really was so overgrown that nobody knew it was there, then I guess nobody's going to care when it disappears. But if you know where it is, if it's a cemetery people are still paying and still going to visit their loved ones, human or animal, then you do not tear it down. Thomas Potts' bird probably made a pyramid for him in Space Engineers, made as had his slaves do it. No, Thomas, but you know that's a good idea. The Great Pyramid of Bird. Maybe I should redirect us from building a space program to building a Great Pyramid. I like that idea, Thomas. I like it a lot. Kurogans, if you're online, we might have to have a chat. Might have a new mission. We can tear down all those spaceships. Vile Mike says it's a bunch of dead animal carcass. Why do people care? Oh, I read that. Here lies Fluffy. She ate her own poop. Yeah, that animal needs to be remembered. Peter Quinn is lolling at Mike Richards. And Peter says they have 2 nice-sized gardens. John DeMarcos is Rip George. Yeah, Rip George. Poor George. George the parakeet. Peter Quinn says since my grandparents got really elderly, they employed a gardener. Multi-Gunman says I buried 1 dog in my backyard. The next dog I got cremated and put into an urn. If I had known about pet cremation, I would have had the first dog cremated too. Anti-Trigger says, well, I guess I know now why his name is not Cat Opre 5. Vile Mike says, welcome to Bird of Prey 5 Bed Life. Hashtag Dead Pet Chat. Yes, it's Friday. It's time for Dead Pet Chat. Now we should get to some Orville chat or something soon. Peter Quinn says, Mom's cat died when I was staying over at hers. She was away at her boyfriend's. So I texted her and put Dina into a shoebox. Deanna into a shoebox. Peter Gwynn says the only time I had to deal with a dead pet alone. Well, that's sad. Multi-Gunman says Turtistan, they eat their pets. So they don't need to worry about burial versus cremation. The Turtistanis are savages when it comes to things like that. You know, Multi-Gunman, I'm not surprised. Thomas Potts says, for God's sake, get out of Kroger. You're better off. That was out of context, Thomas, and you know it. I was saying you're better. Never mind. Doesn't matter. Peter Quinn says Deanna was 20, elderly for a cat. Well, she did make it to a ripe old cat age. Thomas Potts says Turtistan is a utopia, but Thomas, yesterday we had absolute proof you are not literate. So I'm not even sure you know what utopia means. So that's probably just something Anti-Trekker told you to say. Mike Richards is Anti-Trekker. You won 5 internet points. Multi-Gunman says Turtistan is hell. Vile Mike says 19 people in chat. 3 Michaels, over 15% of Bird's viewership. Lol. Not Ryan Johnson says Turtistan is more like it, Thomas. Thomas says my cat is treated better than I am. Peter Quinn says I love all my pets, but I get over them far quicker than humans. Joseph says Discovery Klingon bodies are put on the hull of spaceships. Bioshields. Well, Discovery doesn't, they're not Klingons. Discovery has Klingorks. Those are not Klingons. The Multi-Gunman says, not Ryan Johnson, you nailed it. Turd stain. Peter Quinn says, Thomas Potts, you're telling me. Vile Mike says, at Bird of Prey 5, there are cases of eminent domain being used to clear cemeteries for better use. That sucks. John DeMarco says, Klingork bodies, you mean? There are no Klingons in Discovery. Exactly. Mike Richards, Bird of Prey, can you turn up your volume, please? Let's see. You're not the first person to ask that. It's weird because it shows my volume as being, damn near off the, in the red. Does that make it any better? Testing. 1, 2, 3. Ed Big Beard says Bird had a pet bird, so was George a brother or what was the relationship? No, George was just a blue parakeet I got. I figured, let me get a bird. I had fish. I said, let me try a bird. Mike Richards says my sexy grandpa ear trumpet is broken. Peter Quinn says my pets are alive and kicking, though, and Phoenix always kicks me in bed. Rock Solid Productions says don't forget to hit that like button, share via socials, donate if you can, and down with Karoga. No, down with Turdistan. Rock solid, but like I said, 3 out of 4. Not bad. Peter Quinn says, or jumps on me, and Deanna died at home under her mom's bed. Oh, very sad. John Street says it's not Turdistan that eats pets, it's Karoga. They have to save beagles from... No, there are no beagle meat markets in Karoga. Peter Quinn says that's always nice. She wasn't ill either. Thomas Potts is reusing Cemeteries. Wasn't there a movie about that? I guess it went well. Multi-government says John Street incorrect. Turnestates eat their pets. This is a well-documented fact. Thomas wants the multi-gun to prove it. Vile Mike says Thomas Potts it went fine. One family complained, I think, though. Wow. Multi-gun says Thomas evidence is everywhere. Peter Quinn says tomorrow I may try streaming games again. Let's see if I can work the black screens out. Very cool, Peter. Mike Richards says the volume is better. Thank you. No, thank you, Mike. Thank you. Anti-Turker says Thomas Potts, the new location has been set up. I hope the Karogans find it. Lol. Joseph says, can we switch from dead animals to... Yes, something more than light. Yes. Big Beard says, so it's confirmed Bird buried George. Dead bodies theory is correct. Derek McManus says, F, didn't get a notification. Hope all is good, Bird. It's okay here, Derek. Thank you. Thank you for showing up. Bio Mike says, Thomas Potts, they got blamed on the Germans. Chickens, though, I think. Rock Solid says, why down with the Honorable Republic of Turdistan? Last I heard, Karoga that violated the fire orders. Executing a Turdistan here. No. Anti-Trekker broke the agreement, okay? He wasn't supposed to defile the temple, and next thing I know, he is digging under it, irrevocably damaging it. Okay, once you dig the dirt in Space Engineers, there's no way to put it back. And he says he was looking for a trap, but if the trap was under there, wouldn't he have just gotten killed? So that's stupid. That doesn't even make any sense. Plus, I told him there were no traps, which there weren't. If he was really that curious, he could have ground the floor up and he could have just rebuilt the floor because the floor can be fixed, right? You can always repair a floor. You can rebuild it. You can't put dirt back in the ground. And if he had any questions, he should have asked. He shouldn't have just started drilling. He thought I wasn't going to see him, and he was probably just laughing, wondering how far he'd be able to dig under and probably destroy the entire temple if he could. And he would have said, oh, but I didn't use a weapon, as he's like his guy that he uses. But wait, you didn't say we couldn't use a weapon. Yeah, no, it doesn't work like that in Karoga, okay? You still get the smackdown if you find some stupid loophole. We don't play that game. And then you make me shoot you in the back. So it's like 2 strikes. 2 strikes and you got shot and shoot in the back. That's the way it is. Doesn't matter he had no guns. Peter Quinn says, gotta love a musical episode. The Flash, Supergirl. Didn't see it. Thomas Potts' multi-gunman to argue with Democratic congressmen. Thomas says, okay to Anti-Trekker. Peter Quinn says, I love the Buffy musical. Multi-gunman says, Thomas Potts, the Democrats are all Turtistani. That is another proven fact. Thomas says, Anti-Trekker had no guns, which is exactly what a Democrat would have. No guns. Josh Street says, the multi-gunman, you forgot Kuroga still has all the pets rest. No. Big Beard says, Mamo Prey was George before or after the car rocking. He's asking if Mamo Prey, if George was before or after the car rocking episode. Way after. The car rocking episode, I was like 8 or 9 years old. And George, I was probably 14 or 15. You guys remembered the car rocking episode, I see. Thomas says, show me where it said digging was illegal. It doesn't have to say digging was illegal. It didn't say that, dropping things from orbit was illegal. And the point was you knew just from fact, common sense, it was illegal. Okay? Vile Mike says, Peter Quinn agreed the neatness of the song is awesome. Love that episode. Multi-Gunman says, Josh Street, Turtistani's lies and fake news. Roxall, this is a cool story, bro. Derek says, this is a Doomcock level rant. Thomas Potts says, Bird, did you ever hear of a warning shot? I couldn't do a warning shot because he wouldn't have stopped. He would, every second he was allowed to tunnel, he could have done irreparable damage to the temple. It was amazing. I got him down as quickly as I could. Even shooting him, I shot to wound, and he didn't stop. I had to keep shooting him until he died. Josh Street says, Multi-Gunman, why does Kuroga have dog parts right behind restaurants? That's not true. Thomas says, did you tell Anti-Trekker to stop digging? No, you didn't. I shouldn't have to tell him to stop digging. Okay, by the time I typed that out, he would have destroyed the temple. Anti-Trekker says, note, Bird just admitted that a drill is not a weapon. It's not a regular weapon, you're right. But it didn't mean you couldn't use the drill to damage the temple. And Peter Quinn says, plus from AM from an amateur stage production. Anti-Trekker says, I followed every rule. No, he did not use common sense. Bird lies, says Anti-Trekker. Joseph says, who did not hit the like? Probably Anti-Trekker. Vile Mike says, Bird warning shot is a headshot. Anti-Trekker says, and his temple now has guns. Yes, because it needs to be protected from evil Turtistanis. Derek McManus says, stand your ground, Bird. Absolutely, Derek. Kuroga is a stand your ground nation. Not Ryan Johnson says, Bird of Prey, don't waste your energy on it. Turtistanis have all shifty eyes. Can't trust them. Yeah, I don't think I can ever trust Turtistanis again. Only way will be for their unconditional surrender. Multi-Gunman says, Joshua, just before Kurogans are carrying gentle people, they shoot intruders in the back. We never claimed to be caring and gentle. We claimed to be fair and powerful. Thomas Potts says it was an assassination attack. It shall be avenged. No, what shall be avenged was the fact that you guys defiled our temple. Vile Mike says temple with guns, so it's the Brotherhood of Nod base. From Command and Conquer. Derek McManus says Mamo Prey takes no nonsense. Lol. Earlier today, there was noise, and I looked on the camera, and I saw a guy coming out of a really big box truck. He was going back into the box truck, and he had just taken a picture down our driveway. He went in our driveway. He took a picture of our garage door and headed back into his truck. So I told Mama Prey, who ran out there, and these two guys now in this big truck, and she crosses the avenue and goes to the truck and is like kind of like yelling at these guys. And I was like, oh, I hope they don't run her over now. Jeez, what did I do? And luckily, first the window comes down, and then another guy gets out of the truck, comes over. Apparently, they were delivering a box from Amazon. It was quite a big box. But they didn't even bother to try to ring the doorbell. They just assumed no one was home and dropped it in front of the garage door and took a picture. So Mom was yelling at them and said, you didn't even try to come to the door. There's someone here 24/7. Okay. Yeah, and the box is the size of a small coffin. It's not a coffin, mind you. But it's just we get a lot of stuff monthly from Amazon, so we have a regular recurring Amazon order. And usually they send it in 2 or 3 big boxes, but this was one huge box, bigger than I could even conceivably, really carry. Even if I was walking, I'd have to put it on my shoulder long ways. I don't think I could get my arms around it. Maybe I could. Mom O'Prey certainly couldn't. And luckily the guy did bring it up, but she was going out there to confront them.
Yeah, honestly, when I got to the truck, I said, I need help, but
Mom O'Prey realized when she got to the truck that might not have been the best idea, but at that point she was committed. She was fully committed.
That was nice. I went over and said, can I help you? And he said, with what?
So Mom O'Prey went over and said, can I help you? And the guy's answer was, with what? And she was like, well, you took a picture of my driveway. And then he got on the defensive. Andy says, oh, I get it now. Bird is Google. Rock Solid says, oh, according to Bird's rules, he'd kill the 7 dwarfs since they dig the whole night through. If they're digging in Karoga, yes. Rock Solid Productions says, any anti-tracker, the fact that you got shot by someone who is as bad as Bird at shooting anything is kinda your fault. Multi-Gun Man says, Bird hates dwarfs. Peter Quinn says, Bird of Prey and Anti-Trigger the musical, whose game? Thomas says, Bird is a dwarvist. And Peter Quinn says, forgot lore too. Vile Mike says, later I'll have a good insert relevant time period here. Buy something at my eBay store. I'm going to play Space Engineers the next 2 hours before work on a video. See you all there. Take care, Vile Mike. Wesley Crusher says, hello everyone. Hello, Wes. Josh Street and says, the Multi-Gun Man, if Karogans are caring and gentle people, then why do they make Srulogan green made with people? Thomas says, how many holy sites in Jerusalem have gun turrets? None, because those are open to all. But you know what? Just saying, if a certain great race of people or religious group started blowing up a bunch of Israeli holy sites, that race or group of people would no longer be allowed near them, and they would use any means necessary to keep them away. Joseph says, we don't understand Bird. He simply had no choice. And please close the article. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. What should we go to? Oh, there we go. There is, of course, the new temple. I will, you know what? Give me a minute. I'll be right back. What do we have here? Well, we saw this last time, but you guys can see it again. I'll be right back.
The Computer Factory wants you to get the competitive edge with the Apple rebate sale. Purchase a qualifying Apple system now and get cash back. Buy the Apple IIgs for only $549 after Apple rebate, or the Apple IIc for only $549 after rebate, or the powerful Macintosh Plus for only $1,449 after Apple rebate. Hurry in to your nearest Computer Factory store for their lowest prices of the year on Apple. Plenty of stock on hand at all Computer Factory locations.
Are you one of the thousands of women who dream of having fuller, firmer, and shapelier breasts?
Actually, I find myself buying more revealing clothing. I feel really comfortable, you know?
It was like a month and a half into it that I woke up, I was like, hey.
Isis is an exclusive formula of natural herbs and plant extracts that will help firm, tone, and increase your bust line naturally.
Everyone's noticing, wow, you sure are filling things out nicely. And I'm like, yeah, Isis.
Isis is natural, safe, and guaranteed. If you're not completely satisfied with your results, just return the product for a full refund of your purchase price.
After 2 months of using the product, I actually was asked, did you have surgery?
Just imagine a fuller, firmer, and shapelier bust line without surgical implants.
Isis is not available in stores. Call within the next 15 minutes and you'll receive a special TV discount. Call now.
Isis. Not available in stores. Let's go back. Let's go back to that. Sorry about that. I had another 3 commercials ready to go, but I forgot to render them before we started. So, let me keep reading comments. Wesley asks, what happened to the Turkestan space station? I have no idea. Multi-Gutman says Soylent Green is made from Turkestani terrorists. Peter Quinn says, has everyone seen the deleted scenes from Endgame? Bird of Prey fight with the Avengers paying respect to Stark. I have not, Peter. Shronmore says, greetings, Bird of Prey, Mama Prey, and fellow nerds. Karoga did nothing wrong, says Shronmore. Thank you, Shronmore. Peter Quinn says, with not the funeral when he died, and Pepper kisses him. I did not see that. Epic Beard says, will there be a candlelight vigil at Anti-Trekker's final resting place? And will the guns be unarmed so Turkestan can attend? No, Turkestan can't attend until they surrender. Peter Quinn says it's a beautiful scene. No, that's very cool. Wesley says a small coffin for who? No, it's not a coffin. It was just the size of a small coffin. Shronmore says, in greetings to Sassy, chaser of cats, eater of cookies, stalker of cardinals, defiler of cushions, and scourge of the squirrels. Thank you, Shronmore. Wesley says, where's my wrench? Wesley, you gotta do it during... Oh, it is a bed live stream. Why am I reading the comments off of the tablet? Okay. I was gonna say, Wesley, you gotta do it during a bed live stream. And it is a bed live stream. Here we go. Here we go. Add moderator. There we go. Derek McManus has told you Mama Prey was tough. Thomas Potts, Wesley Crusher, I sent you a message on the Steam about what happened. In Steam about what happened. John Street says, Multi-Gun Man, keep believing that. Why does Bird sub count keep going down as Kuroga makes their numbers? John Street says, Multi-Gun Man, sure, keep believing that. Why does Bird sub count keep going down as Kuroga makes their numbers #1 selling item? The sub count is slowly going up, just to be clear. Anti-Trigger says the news of my demise is incorrect. In fact, a life modal decoy that Bird shot. Oh, and by the way, Thomas Spots, where I started our new project, just happened to be a huge platinum deposit. Sure, just happened. And he just happened to land on an ice lake. Seems very coincidental. Seems very coincidental. Rock Solid Productions says, I don't have a wrench either. Not even a Turkestani wrench. You know what, Rock Solid? You have a wrench now, my friend. Remember who wrenched you first. Mulder Gunman says Josh Street fake news. We are now. We all know Turdistanis can't count. Thomas is anti-tracker. Good. Can't wait to finish my massive missile ship. Sure it is. Right. A massive missile ship. I'm sure that's what you have, Thomas. Brian says, Heidi ho, everybody. Welcome, Brian. Thomas says, oops, don't read that bird. It's classified. And Peter sends a YouTube link, which, can I look at it? Can I play it? Avengers Endgame, paying respect to Tony, deleted scene. Well, I can't watch it now, but I will watch it later. Thank you, Peter. Shronor says the Turtistani dwarf song. Ho ho, hi ho, in Karoga we did go, with bucket and space and hand grenades. Hi ho, hi ho, hi ho, ho ho, ho ho. Okay, Shronor. Derek says, lol, I'm old enough to remember that stuff. Wesley crushes Bird of Prey, you need a better temple designer. Listen, Wes, I designed the temple. It's an awesome temple. It's great. There couldn't be any better temple. But I do think we need to build a pyramid next. Peter Quinn says, can I use this to firm up my arse line? I'm not sure what we're talking about at this point. Thomas Bott says, Bird supports ISIS, calling FBI. Wesley says, every woman could use some ISIS. Epic Beard says, more ISIS propaganda. Peter Quinn says, if ISIS came back to life, she would wipe out ISIS with ISIS. Joseph Pedrick, so you recognize a baby guy. What? So you recognize a bad guy by his firm breasts. Weird. I don't know who said that. Peter says, Bird of Prey, message on Discord, Endgame. Thank you, Peter. And to you too, Anti-Tracker. Wesley says, yay, I'm an engineer now. Thomas says, at least there is video of the fake church before it's gone. Hey, it's not going anywhere, Thomas. Its defenses are quite substantial. Wesley Crusher says, I will make sure to break everything as soon as possible. Peter says, I think the link didn't show here. I got it. I saw the link. I just didn't get to it. Thomas Bott says, wait, did you put the cross on the back of the church? The cross is on the back of the church, yes. Rock Solids Productions says, don't forget to hit like button, share via socials, donate if you can, and down with Turtistan. Yes, Rock Solid, yes. 4 for 4, you did it. He's come to the light. Thomas Bott says, every church I see, let me get back on camera, on big camera. Every church I see has the cross on the front, says Thomas. Well, this is a Karogan temple, not a Christian church. Peter Quinn says, think Anti-Tracker gave me the wrench first, but then took it away. Peter Quinn says, you can, Bird of Prey. There's no sound really, plus it makes an impression. Endgame scene. Yeah, but even without the audio, Peter, I hesitate. Peter says, I need some ISIS for my arse line. ISIS, I gotcha. Wesley says, Bird of Prey, you will make the Krogan pyramid. It probably will. That's true. Anti-Trigger says, well, I must be going to take Anti for a walk. Have a great day. See you all tonight on my stream. And of course, Bird still has no honor. Yes, Anti-Tracker, sure. Wesley says, how tall do you want it? I want it to be the biggest thing in the game, Wes. 5,000 meters? Yes. 5 kilometers. Square base. How's that? If we can't do 5 kilometers, maybe 1 kilometer square base. Thomas puts in a Twitter link to breaking news. What is it? Breaking news, stunned scientists say an asteroid that just barely missed Earth, size and path was announced only hours before it shot past. Wow. Are these the same scientists who predict climate change? Is the first response. There's a video, but I don't hear anything. I would show you, but there's nothing to really show. There's just some circle orbits like we were playing Universal Sandbox. I'll have to look into that some more. How much is barely? You see, people say barely missed Earth, and you find out it was, as far away as the moon. Has anyone called the asteroid racist yet? Oh, gotta love it. I mean, gotta love it. Yeah. Okay. So apparently we just missed the asteroid. Could have been a very different day we were having today. Rock Solid says, Puss, Anti-Tracker, I've infiltrated those dirty Kurogans. He'll never suspect anything. And Anti-Tracker says, excellent. Thomas Potts says, today is Nana Vista's birthday. Oh, happy birthday to Major Kira. Peter Quinn says, not that I mind, Anti-Tracker. Shromore says, I would suggest adding Gatling guns to church steps when I walk to Franchine Mass tomorrow. That was an inspiration idea, Bert. Shromore, believe me, there are already turrets, Gatling guns everywhere. And no matter where you are in line of at least 2, if not more, Gatling guns. Even if you can't see them, they are there. Wesley says, I meant I will make the pyramid. Oh, thank you, Wesley. Bird, that will crash the game. Then we need to increase the size of the game, Wes. I don't know. As big as it can be made. Epic Beard says, that will take 1,000,000 steel plates. Have fun mining, Wes. Peter Gwynn says, Bird of Prey, the asteroid. That was bloody close. I need to know the distance. Thomas is within the orbit of the moon. Okay, but how close within the orbit? Wesley says, I have not 1,000,000 steel plates. Peter Quinn says, if it's within the orbit of the moon, it's a close one. Yeah, I'll grant you it's a close one, but there's still, there's still plenty of room. Schronmore says, going for a walk with my wife. Hope to catch the stream later. Hail, Kuroga. Down with Turtistan. Thank you, Schronmore. Peter Quinn says, enjoy Schronmore. And Multi-Gunman says, Schronmore, welcome, Schronmore. I knew Kuroga would count on you. Thank you. Let's see if we can find out the deal with this meteor. Let's see. Peter Quinn says, think I'll turn this off and watch TV past my pewter's bedtime. Good night, Peter Quinn. Thank you so much for hanging out. I realize it's late over there. I do appreciate you hanging out with us. Let's see. Asteroid near miss. July 25, 2019. It snuck up on us, huh? Scientists stunned. It snuck up on us. Scientists stunned by city killer asteroid that just missed Earth. Alan Duffy was confused. On Thursdays, the astronomer's phone was suddenly flooded with calls from reporters wanting to know about a large asteroid that had just whizzed past the Earth, and he couldn't figure out why everyone was so alarmed. I thought everyone was getting worried about something we knew that was coming, Duffy, who was lead scientist at the Royal Institution of Australia, told the Washington Post. Forecasts had already predicted that a couple of asteroids would pass relatively close to the Earth this week. Then he looked up the details, and the hunk of space rock named Asteroid 2019 OK. I was stunned, he said. This was a true shock. The asteroid wasn't one that the scientists had been tracking, and it had seemingly appeared out of nowhere. Aliens. Michael Brown, a Melbourne-based observational astronomer, told the Washington Post, according to data from NASA, the craggy rock was large and estimated 57 to 137 meters wide. Moving fast along a path that was within 73,000 kilometers, 45,000 miles of Earth. That is less than 1/5 the distance of the moon. Okay, that is indeed uncomfortably close. 45,000 miles. That is only slightly wider than the diameter of the Earth, which I believe, wait, is it 30? Is the circumference 37,000 or diameter? No, it's got to be circumference. So, okay, it's like 3 or 4 times the diameter. Alexa, what's the diameter of the Earth? I'm thinking 8,000.
Sorry, I'm not sure.
Alexa, what is the diameter of the Earth?
Earth's diameter is 7,918 miles.
Very close. 8,000 miles, I predicted. 7,918. Okay, so it actually was like almost 6 Earth distances away from the Earth. Still, man, that is close. Okay? Man, that is close. But I'm surprised they can't tell the size. How are they not able to tell if it's 57 to 130 meters long? It's 187 feet to 427 feet. You can't tell me the right width, and it was so close to us? Wow. It snuck up on us pretty quickly, said Brown, an associate professor in Australia with Monash University School of Physics and Astronomy. He later noted people are only sort of realizing what happened pretty much after it flung past us. The asteroid's presence was discovered only earlier this week by a separate astronomy teams in Brazil and the United States. Information about its size and path was announced just hours before it shot past Earth. I wonder if they had known if it was going to hit Earth, if they even would have said anything. It shook me out of my morning complacency, he said. It's probably the largest asteroid to pass this close to Earth in quite a number of years. So how did the event go unnoticed? First, there's the issue of size, Duffy said. Asteroid 2019 OK is a sizable chunk of rock, but it's nowhere near as big as the ones capable of causing an event like the dinosaurs' extinction. More than 90% of those asteroids, which are more than half a mile wide or larger, have already been identified by NASA and its partners. Nothing this size is easy to detect, Duffy said, on asteroid 2019 OK. You're really relying on the reflected sunlight, and even at the closest approach, it was barely visible with a pair of binoculars. My God, a pair of binoculars to see an asteroid passing. That is too close, okay? We need to be able to see these things further out, because I have binoculars. I have good binoculars. And let me tell you, they don't make things that much bigger. If you're telling me you could have seen this with a pair of binoculars, that is a scary thought. Brown says the asteroid's eccentric orbit and speed were also likely factors making spotting it at time challenging. Its very elliptical orbit takes it from beyond Mars to within the orbit of Venus, which means the amount of time it spends near Earth where it's detectable isn't long. He said, as it approached Earth, the asteroid was traveling at 24 kilometers per second, he said, or nearly 54,000 miles per hour. By contrast, other recent asteroids that flew by Earth checked in between 4 and 19 kilometers per second, 8,000 to 42,500 miles per hour. It's faint for a long time, Brown of Asteroid 2019 said, okay. Of 2019, okay. With a week or two to go, it's getting bright enough to detect, but someone needs to look in the right spot. Once it's finally recognized, then things happen quickly. But things approaching quickly, so we only sort of knew about it very soon before the flyby. Meaning, it would have been impossible to do anything about it. Last minute detection is yet another sign of how much remains unknown about space, and a sobering reminder that the very real threat asteroids can pose, Duffy said. It should worry us all, quite frankly. It's not a Hollywood movie, but it's a clear and present danger. Wow. Duffy said astronomers have a nickname for the kind of space rock that just came close to Earth. City killer asteroids. If one of those asteroids had struck Earth, most of it would have probably reached the ground, resulting in devastating damage, Brown said. It would have gone off like a very large nuclear weapon, with enough force to destroy a city. Many megatons, perhaps in the ballpark of 10 megatons of TNT. Something not to be messed with. In 2013, a significantly smaller meteor, about 20 meters, 65 feet across, the size of a 6-story building, broke up over the Russian city. Yeah. We all remember that. It broke glass and people got injured. Well, that's crazy. That's a crazy one. What else do we have? Oh yeah. I wanted everybody to hear this. As a reminder, I'm not going to pretend that I don't see what's happening here. The Orville, as of now, is canceled. And it's not coming back to Fox/Disney Fox next season. See, I was absolutely right. I said it. Orville was not coming back to Fox/Disney Fox last season. I called it March 23rd of this year. Nobody believed me. They all said I was wrong. But who was right? Who turned out to be right? Me. Okay, they knew it then. They didn't let it out. But I know for a fact that they knew damn well there was no way they were going to come back to Fox. They could have told us. They decided not to. You know what? I don't care. But that is how you spell vindication. I'm not happy about it because I think they should be on Fox. I think they're going to lose a lot of viewers being only on Hulu. But I was right. I was right. You can't hold that one against me anymore. No. And yes, BirdoPrey5.com. I wasn't sure yesterday. I did have the Streamlabs donate option. It is there next to the PayPal option. The BirdoPrey5X channel, of course, has the recent Space Engineers videos I've been doing, my Discord, and Subscribe Star. This is the store by BirdoPrey5 merch, the Steam account, and all the other good stuff. My new Make Klingons Great Again hats should be here within the next week. By next week, I should have the BirdoPrey5 Teespring store of Make Klingons Great Again hats. Okay, so good. We got this is one of the caps, and we've got the trucker hat, and we've got the snapback hat, whatever the hell that means. So I mean, I know it has a snap back. Okay, no, wait. That's the dad hat. I don't know why they call that a dad cap. This is the snap back because it's got the snap back on the back. And the trucker hat has, it's vented. Which is the one I probably should have got, but it's not the one I ordered. I think I ordered this one. So we're gonna see. We will see how that looks. I think with this TOS font, it's gonna make it look even better. But we'll see. We'll see when it comes. So yeah. Let me get back to the chat. Oh, also for those who were watching me play Besiege yesterday, I misread what we had to do on the next level. First, this morning, I realized I forgot to save our mobile flamethrower I made in Besiege yesterday, so I spent the morning rebuilding it. I made some adjustments, but it's basically the same, just a little updated. And I saved it, and only after going through that time and saving it did I realize I misread the level. It wasn't destroy all of the tenants, which I thought was a weird way of saying it, but I thought it meant kill everybody. It said destroy all the tents, T-E-N-T-S, meaning I don't have to kill the people, I have to destroy the tents, which means that the machine I was making is probably not the ideal one for that level, which means that when we do play Besiege again, I basically have to start probably building something new, but just a heads up. Peter says, I'll watch the asteroid, though. Thomas says, just under 45,000 miles, so it's Trump's fault. Joseph Patrick says, the asteroid was in orbit of the moon. It was damn close. The moon is very close to Earth. The moon is close enough, but... Peter Quinn says, no problems, Bird of Prey, when I can. Not understood. Thank you again, Peter Quinn. Derek McManus says, late, it's only 21:23 in the UK. By the way, Derek, you need your wrench. Derek's wrench. Peter Quinn says, I shared this myself. I know Michael Brown. Very cool. And Peter Quinn says, I know Michael Brown and another. Yeah, Wesley Crusher says, the Turtistan Death Asteroid missed Kuroga. Epic Beard says, bird throwing asteroids again. Supposed to be only in city skylines, not real life. Bird is too addicted to destruction. Seek therapy, bird. Peter says, that's a high Earth orbit. Yeah. Because I think geostationary orbit is about that height, about that distance. Alexa, what's the height of geostationary orbit?
Here's something I found from the article that fountains of paradise on Wikipedia.
What? Alexa, cancel. Alexa, cancel. Articles of Paradise? Alexa, Wikipedia geostationary orbit.
Here's the Wikipedia article on geostationary orbit. A geostationary orbit, often referred to as a geosynchronous equatorial orbit, is a circular geosynchronous orbit 35,786 kilometers above Earth's equator and following the direction of Earth's rotation.
Alexa, cancel. 35,000 kilometers, 2.2 kilometers per mile. Well, if it's 2 kilometers per mile, so it's basically cut in half. So 15,000 miles. Alexa, what is 32,000 kilometers in miles?
32,000 kilometers is about 20,000 miles.
Yeah, so say 20,000 miles up. So it's twice.
20,000 miles is 32,187 kilometers.
Alexa, cancel. So a little bit more than twice the height of geostationary orbit. Epic Beard says, I read that. Thomas is wide in astrologists see the asteroid. Wesley crushes bird of prey. What's the diameter of Donald Trump? Rock Solid says maybe they did think it was going to hit the Earth, which is why they didn't say anything. Very true. Peter says, it was one they missed. They would tell people, but it would be far too late. Peter says they are really hard to see. Multi-Gunman says Bird has high-powered binoculars, so that's who's been creeping on AOC. Mike Richards says when Skylab was falling in 1979, they were selling baseball caps with little dish antennas on top. Peter Quinn says, see the film Deep Impact. Ozzy NF, welcome Ozzy, says hi Bird in chat. Epic Beard says, what is Bird watching with super high-powered binoculars? They were my grandfather's. That's why I have high-powered binoculars. Haven't used them in a long time, but they're in the closet. Mike Richards says that would give a 0.00001 second advance notice. Multi-Gunman says Peter Quinn, film Deep Impact. Isn't that a porn movie? Bird was it. Oh. Peter Quinn says Dr. Marcus Wolf tried to tell people with more time, but died on the way. Peter Quinn says in the Comet film with Morgan Freeman as president of the USA. Yes. Peter Quinn says not the more bad science of Armageddon. I don't think either of their sciences were particularly great. Which one had the space shuttle with the machine guns on it? Thomas pauses, anti-tracker gets fully healthy, walks outside, sees meteor hitting Earth. Yep, it goes, son of a bitch. Oh, that would be me. And that would be me. I'm like, I can walk. One morning I can walk. Yes, I run outside and I look up and I see the meteor coming. And I'm like, son of a bitch. That's how it's going to happen. Hopefully I will be YouTubing when it does, though. Wesley says now Bird needs to shoot asteroids in his city in city skylines. Peter Quinn says anyways. Yeah, anyways. I'll join Bird of Prey site tomorrow. I'm definitely going out. Take care, Peter Quinn. Derek says get a hat, get a hat, get ahead. Wesley says Bird Orville is moving to Hulu. It's not canceled. It was canceled from Fox. Peter Quinn says, good night, all. It's after 9:30 p.m. here, 99. Good night, Peter. Roxall says, don't forget, people, hit that like button, share via social, donate if you can. Down with asteroids and hemorrhoids. I think we can all agree with that, Roxall. Derek says, Alexa, no. Current commercials in the UK. F me, I've gone blue, says Derek. Thomas pauses Wesley Crusher to Bird a third season right after second, and moving to something that is owned by the same company means canceled. There's going to be over a year between the two seasons. Basically, they didn't know that they were renewed. By the time they were renewed, it was too late to prepare to be ready for the season. So there's going to be at least 6 months later than there should be. And yes, they were canceled. It was a big, they did it on the down low, but they were canceled. Derek says Peter will get to joke. Epic Beard says canceled the internet. Wesley Crusher says what's the diameter of Bird of Prey? 5. Epic Beard says wait, Bird can walk. Why still doing bed life? I said if I could walk. I said the first day that I can walk, that's what's going to happen. John Street wants me to tell Alexa to buy anti-trigger on Alexa. Wesley. Cancel. Wesley says, what's the diameter of No, I'm not going to ask her these questions that she clearly doesn't know the answer. Buy 5 more. No. No. What do we got? What do we got? Is there anything else on here that I wanted to show? No. Oh, I got some, I don't know if it's breaking news, but you guys know I got my copy of What We Left Behind, the Deep Space Nine documentary, on Wednesday. So I watched all of the extra features that I didn't already see. And kind of interesting, the most interesting one I didn't know, was that apparently Avery Brooks, of course, the actor who plays Captain Sisko, and whatever the actor who plays Gul Dukat, they kind of didn't get along so well. Okay, they had a little issue getting along, and in the final scene where they were together in the final episode, where Gul Dukat is standing in the fire cave, and Captain Sisko, of course, acting as the emissary, comes to fight Dukat, and the way the actor Dukat was saying it, the actor who played Dukat was saying it, was that Avery was supposed to look like he was punching him, but since Avery Brooks was not up on the step and he was down, and he was going to be in front of the camera, like he could just look like he was doing this, and he wasn't going to be anywhere near Gul Dukat's face when he was hitting him. And so that's what they had planned to do. So Avery Brooks did this, and then, according to the actor who played Gul Dukat, but Avery Brooks was not available to comment on the story, so that's why they left it out of the actual documentary, but everybody witnessed it. Apparently, Avery Brooks intentionally punched the actor who played Gul Dukat square in the face in the scene while they were recording it, punched him so hard the actor went immediately to the hospital, still dressed as Gul Dukat. That he was in an ambulance and in a hospital, dressed as Gul Dukat in full makeup. He got 2 black eyes from the punch to the face that Avery Brooks gave him. Avery Brooks was just like, this was the last scene they were ever doing together, and this was it. Avery was going to get his revenge or his boom, and he took his chance and pow, right to the face, to the hospital. He sent the grown man to hospital. Now, the guy who plays Gul Dukat, he's a big guy. He's a tall guy. And man, that I love that. I mean, listen, I'm going to always side with Captain Sisko, but I'll be honest that the actor who plays Gul Dukat, while I like him, he sends out some vibes that he's not the best guy, and you know that's fine. But I was just laughing hysterically at Avery Brooks. Boom! The point that the guy had to go to the hospital. But he's such a professional that he came back to the set after the hospital and finished. He didn't have any more scenes with Avery Brooks alone, but he had more scenes he had to film, I guess, without Avery Brooks. And he came and he finished filming that day. Pretty freaking weird. Cool. I don't know if anybody's ever heard that before, but I certainly never heard it before. Rock Solid says we need to get you, Anti-Trick, or Laura. And no, you can't get Alexa to play Star Trek on NES and SNES. Epic Beard says wants A to teach B how to sing a song. Epic Beard. Rock Solid says, is that What We Left Behind now shipping? Yes, it is. If you were an early backer of What We Left Behind, you can get it. It is now shipping. if you bought it from Fathom or Shout, I forget who, then it's shipping August 6th. However, and I'm going to put the link in, it would appear that you can still get a so-called pre-order at that link. That is from the documentary team, and the documentary version of the DVD and Blu-ray apparently is still in stock. So if you go ahead and order that, what you should be getting soon would be a DVD Blu-ray combo pack of What We Left Behind, the Backers Edition, which means it's region free, as opposed to the commercial version, which you can get on Amazon and other places. You can pre-order it right now, but that version is going to be locked to region 1 DVD and region A Blu-ray for USA and Canada. Just so you know. So if you're international, outside the United States and Canada, you pretty much need to get the Backers Edition at that link I sent you. Now there's a little bit difference. The bonus content is a little different between the two discs. I'm getting both. I ordered both because I wanted, even if it was just 15 minutes extra of bonus content, I wanted it, since they have slightly different bonus content between the two. So in August, beginning of August, I should get another copy. I'll have even different bonus content than the bonus content I got. Derek says, lol, bunch of kids smoking at the bottom of the steps. Just washed them with a basin of water. Funny as F. Derek, you're going to go back to the big house, Derek. Derek says, didn't even see me coming. Derek says, DS9 rocks, my favorite Star Trek. Continuum Track, braming in. Welcome, Continuum Track. Qapla, welcome. Welcome to the channel. Alright, the stream. Yes. And I got messed up. There we go. Wesley Crusher says, I think half of the stream was Alexa. Probably. Derek says, Avery Brooks rocks, no surrender. Marlena Monroe says, hi y'all, welcome Marlena. Derek says, hey Marlena, I've gone blue. And Marlena says, oh snap, you got wrenched. And Derek says, hey Marlena. Yes, he said it again. Continuum says, how are you feeling, Bird of Prey 5? I'm doing good, Continuum Track. Thank you. How are you? I'm doing pretty good. Rock Solid says, I am also blue. Marlena says, mods everywhere. Rock Solid says, yes. And then I put in the What We Left Behind link. Derek says, lol, mod stream. I don't even know how it works. Just don't ban anyone then, if you don't know how it works. Rock Solid says, I have not backed it, so I have to wait till August 6th. Well, like I said, this other one, if you click it, they're still shipping. So I don't know when you'll get it. Apparently they've already mailed out, the DVD. So I'm guessing it says a pre-order, but they're already shipping. So if you pre-order it, I assume you'll probably get it sooner, before August 6th. Though I can't speak for them. Live with Matthew says, I hope they used real punch in the episode. I got to go back and check that out. Roxall says, you should play terrible SNES Star Trek games. They are so terrible. The only Star Trek game I like was on SNES, Starfleet Academy. And then they also had it on Sega Genesis 32X. Which was the 32-bit upgrade to Sega Genesis, Starfleet Academy, which had a ton more ships and some better coloring than the SNES version. Both of those I used to love. I used to play Starfleet Academy all the time because you could play as a bird of prey and just shoot. You could have space battles with, You could bring in Constitution classes. You could bring in, oh man, what am I forgetting? The one that Sulu wanted. I'm hoping for Excelsior. The Excelsiors, the Constitution classes, Oberths. You can bring in an Oberth class, a science vessel, shuttlecraft, a Klingon bird of prey, a Klingon D7, and a Romulan bird of prey. And then in the 32X version, a Gorn ship. There was Gorn. There was some other ships that you couldn't be. You could only fight. And in the 32X version, you could be all of them. And there was a cheat so that you could fight as a bird of prey that could fire while cloaked, which was pretty cool. Wesley says, I used to play Star Trek game on Sega Genesis, was horrible. Epic Beard says, feel free to ban evil dictators. Rocksolid says, I wonder since I am now mod if I can ban bird. No, you cannot. Thomas says, what was the Klingon symbol always there? This Klingon symbol? Well, it's been there since you can see the laptop. But no, I only put it on about a week ago, 2 weeks ago, when I started using this big setup where you could actually see the laptop. When you could only see like the narrow strip of the laptop, it was not there. I've had it sitting on my desk for 6 months. I just never put it on till recently because nobody could ever see it. There was no point. Rockslot says, I have a 32X, 3 Genesis systems, a 32X Sega CD, Master System, Saturn, Nomad, Game Gear, Dreamcast, basically every US-related Sega system. Very cool, Rocksolid. Marlena says, the Space Battle Engineers, is it still on for Sunday? I think so. Let me see what the latest word is on it. So the aim for it is apparently for 12 Central, so that would be 1 p.m. Eastern. So apparently 1 p.m. Eastern tomorrow will be the space battle in Space Engineers. And I believe Anti-Tracker will be streaming, as will I believe. I think we're both going to be streaming at the same time, so you guys can move back and forth and see the battle from both perspectives. Also, this way, nobody has an unfair advantage. If he wants to check in on me, I can check in on him. It works. Yes, the Excelsior, thank you. Thomas is calling me a cheater. Marlena says, Rock Solid's games are sweet. Epic Beard says, Bird cheating at Trek games confirmed. Oh, because I said there was a cheat, yes. Derek says, lol's Excelsior Bird. Continuum Track says, I'm good, thank you. Just waiting for pizza before I finally finish the Borg vs. Dominion Part 2, which will be up tonight. Lol, Bird of Prey. Very cool, Continuum Track. Everybody should check out Continuum Track channel, by the way. Yeah, check him out. Josh Reed says the Star Trek game Bird truly loved was Star Trek Klingon Academy. Josh Reed, I never had that game. I can't find it. I wish I could, but I stopped selling it. I can't find any place to get a copy. It wouldn't even work, though, on modern Windows. There's like a hacked version that works, but I'm very wary about installing a hacked version. But even the hacked version, I can't even find a real source of. So, yes, I've told Klingon Academy is better than Starfleet Academy in almost every conceivable way. But I just can't find it. They didn't make it. They didn't make it for any of the home consoles. And I really wasn't into big PC gaming when it was out. Rock Solid, as I said, I've seen it before, Marlena. I have over 80 consoles and 450 plus games in the collection currently. Dan23 is in the house, says, hey. Welcome, Dan. Thomas says, tomorrow isn't Sunday. You're right. Saturday is tomorrow. Sunday is the stream, not tomorrow. Thank you, Thomas. Marlena says Rock Solid Productions. Oh man, that's cool. Rock Solid says and expensive. Marlena says, might join. I have the game now since the Apollo sale. Very cool. Multi-Gun Man says, I've got Star Trek Next Generation, Star Trek Deep Space Nine on Sega Genesis console. The TNG game is horrible, but the DS9 game is okay. Dan23 says, I've played some Star Trek games on PS, PS2, PSP, Xbox 360, computer, and mobile app. Rock Solid says Star Trek Borg was awesome for its time. That's another one I've never played. Marlena says Rock Solid, the only consoles I have is an NES, a PS1, and PS2. And the Multi-Gun Man says, Bird, you can buy old games on eBay. Do they have Klingon Academy on eBay? Epic Beer says, but it's Friday and I'm in love. I did not say that. Rock Solid says there are companies that now have HDMI cables for the PS1, 2 that are plug and play, HDMI conversions for the NES, toaster, and top loader. I have my top loader HDMI modded. Dan23 says Star Trek Tactical Assault on PSP recharge rate for weapons suck. The amount of time it takes for cloaking. The amount of time you can take cloaking for one is the best. Josh Reed says, Bird, here's the Klingon Academy on eBay. And I didn't get the link. I will find it then on eBay, Josh Street. Thank you. I appreciate it. Derek says, more beer brings for more companion, too. Continuum Track says, thanks for the break. Not a problem, Continuum Track. Dale23 says, Star Trek Conquest sucks because of the amount of species you can play as. Star Trek Encounters needed more Deep Space Nine levels. And Derek says, if anyone gets that reference, 1,000 need points. More beer brings beer for my companions too. I do not get it. And Multi-Gun Man puts in a link. These are all Canadian. I'll have to go to the U.S. site. But thank you. I never even thought about buying it off of eBay. That makes good sense. I don't know why I didn't think of it. Multi-Gun Man says that link was for Klingon Starfleet Academy on eBay. I believe it's a PC game. Yeah, well, Klingon Academy. Klingon Academy is the one we need. But, no, they're not on Steam, Klingon Academy. Starfleet Academy might be on Steam, but I don't need a Starfleet Academy. Dan23 says I could never get Starfleet Bridge Commander to come on after the first cutscene. Derek is, I think, lolling. Yeah. So, I don't know. Do you guys, I think I'm gonna try. Okay, I know it's not Thursday, but, I think I'm gonna try my hand. Let's just try. Let's try one try at, playing a Besiege level. I know, it's a bad live stream. It's not a game stream, but I gotta say, I'm really liking Besiege. So let's see what we can do. There we go. Tullybrand. Conquered. Midland Patrol. Right, and I see here it says destroy all tents. And I thought it said destroy all tenants. So I was making something to kill all the people when I really needed to make something to kill all of the tents. But since I worked on this morning. Let's see what happened. Like I said, I forgot to save our mobile flamethrower. So I rebuilt it this morning. And since I was rebuilding it, I figured I'd make it a little bit better than what we did. I cut off some of the extra wood on this side. We didn't need it. I reinforced it. I made it 5 wide instead of 3 wide. Now we had the drills there. I added extra saw blades here because people were getting stuck in the wheel well. So I think that'll keep people out. And I added extra saw blades on the back, just because, again, I didn't want people getting stuck. And let's see, can I fit? Let's see, will this fit? No, too long. Too long. I'm a little concerned that this back is too easy for people to get close to. But we'll do. So basically we're going to try this. Thomas Pott says have to go. See you all some other time. Epic Beard says Besiege is worth an SOB. And John DeMarco says bonus Besiege. Dan23 says I don't like alien space spiders on Star Trek Invasion. Derek says lol, the adventures of Gortek and Felix. And Dan23 says I don't like the alien slugs on Voyager Elite Force. And Dan23 says I play Star Trek Generations video on PC game. Video game on PC. And he's played Star Trek Legacy on Xbox 360. And John Street says Steam is both Star Trek Academy and Command. And Starfleet Command is a fun game, says Marlena. I am looking for Klingon Academy. Which what I'm told by everybody who's played both is that Klingon Academy is the far superior game. Now it's got video scenes with Commander Kang or Chang, whatever his name is. You know, my avatar from Star Trek 6. He's one of the main people in the game. He reprises his role. Okay, so basically what we've got here is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. If I hit the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 keys, that will fire from those different flamethrowers. N and M, of course, bring this thing up and down. And O and P make them rotate these things up and down. So let's see, I'm guessing we're gonna kill the initial. I'm gonna start by hitting space, backing up, and we're gonna burn the initial people coming after me. Once they're out of the way, we will then see what damage we can do to the tents. But yeah, I don't think I can just drill through them. I think we've got to burn them. We've got to burn them. So let's see what happens. Okay, we're backing up. We're going. Okay, we got to bring that down. Bring that down and burn. Why? I gotta keep backing up, or they're gonna if they catch up with me, then I'm gonna catch on fire. I hope I don't use all of my flames. You know what? We're gonna just try. Oh no! They caught me. Oh! How did so many get through? They're attacking it. They're attacking it. We've already lost we've lost 2 wheels. Oh. Fuck. Son of a bitch. Okay, you see, I should never have let them catch up. Your guys are all gonna die with me. Okay, so that's the problem with this design. Yeah, they're all catching on fire now. There we go. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. We got incoming. We're playing basically the long game here. See, once we've gotten all of them out, then they can't hurt us anymore. Okay. Okay, you gotta set the other people on fire, man. That's the problem here. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Oh man, these bodies. They're hard to roll over. I think this guy's just gonna get run over. Why didn't he come after us? No, stay away from my wheel, you bastard. Stay away from the wheel. Oh no! Damn it, we lost our only way to kill those tents. Well, we can get these lower tents, but those 3 tents in the back, if that didn't fall off, we'd be in pretty good shape. We'd be in pretty good shape if that didn't fall off, right? Because we'd have these guys burnt. Okay, so we lost 1 wheel, but we can still move without 1 wheel. Yeah. So basically there's just 3 tents left to go. And let's see. What if can we get up the hill? No. Oh, how did that one go? I don't even know how that one went. Let's try that again. Maybe if we climb up. Oh, we're so close. We are so close. Even without the flamethrower. Can we do it? Oh, look at that lightning. Oh, come on. You've got to do it. You've got to do it. You've got to. Come on, you son of a bitch. Oh, we're so close. Get out. Get out. Just get out and do something. What is that? It looks like a cloaked ship. Down. Come on. Come on. Achievement unlocked. Thunderstruck. I got struck by lightning? You get away from my wheel, you son of a bitch. No, no, no. Come on. Go, 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 go. Okay. We've got a tree stuck under us. You're coming. You're going to meet the drills. You're going to meet the drills. No, get away from the wheel. Get away from the wheel. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. How did you get away from the drill? No! I lost 2 wheels. We still have our rear wheels. How are we gonna, no, we're caught. We're caught. Come on, die. Die, you bastard. Okay, we're actually doing some pretty good speed here. If we can just, we can get it, if we can get this guy, yeah. Oh, what's going on? Oh yeah, fight that, fight that. No, don't fight me, fight that. Yes, he's dead. He's dead. But can we make it? Can we make it? Missing 2 wheels. Can we make it up the mountain? I'm fighting this. Okay, this really wants to spin. Now we've lost one of the drills. We've lost one of the drills. What's the chance that drill will randomly strike? Oh, there's a chance that drill will randomly strike that tent. We could do it. We could do it. Come on. Come on. There's always hope. Come on, drill. Come on, by random chance, you know you want to. Get up the hill. Get up the hill. See, if we had a Jeep, this would be no problem. No. I'm not going to. I'm not. Oh, do we need to take down this little? No, that didn't mean anything. Okay, we got. Oh, look at all those barrels we've accumulated. Look, there's still a guy alive. He's just blowing his horn. Okay. No, now you're dead. Now you're dead. Come on! It's so hard to steer. It's so hard to steer. We're so close. We are so close. Come on. What's the problem? The problem is that saw on the front that looks like a wheel. It's not a wheel. It's a saw. And it is constantly moving. And it's fighting me. If that saw would come off, we'd probably be in better shape. Can we hit something? Right now, the best thing would be to do is for that saw to come off. The second best thing would be for the drill to come off, because maybe it would swing around and just destroy that last tent by pure random chance. So let's see if we can knock this drill loose. If we can't, oh, look how much it climbed. We got struck by lightning. Oh no, now we're burning. We're burning, but maybe the drill will come off. Maybe the drill will come off. Oh, are we still serviceable? No. No, we lost 3 wheels. We got struck by lightning again. Oh, don't make me hit space. Come on. Come on. Okay. Well, let's speed up the game time. Maybe something would happen in the next 30 seconds. No, nothing. Oh well. Okay, well. That didn't work. But, you know what? We're gonna try again. We're gonna try again. Okay, well, I've already screwed that one up. Look at this, like ants. They're already attacking. Look at that. They've got that thing apart. Burn you all. We'll burn all you bastards. It's still moving. I'm not even moving it. It's those saws. Okay. But let's try this again. So we're going on, we're hitting space. We're using M to bring it down, I believe. Nope, we're using N. Why is it not moving? Burn. You're all burning. Very cool. Very cool. Oh shit. No! No! Ah! We broke it. Ah, damn. One last time, I promise. One last time, I promise. What? I fell off the earth. I fell off the world. Darren was right. I fell off the world. I never knew I could do that. I could have sworn I've gone further back before than that before. Oh, well. Okay, so I'll have to keep working on how to figure out how to destroy this level for next time. Thomas Potts has sent an image. What do we got here, Thomas? Aha! Look at what I'm in, says Thomas. And make sure his phone number's not up. I don't know if you could... Oh, certainly you can't see it on that screen. He's in a Jeep. He's in a red Wrangler. And that's looking out the windshield of the Wrangler, I believe. I have to tell him I'm jealous. Okay. So Thomas leaves the stream and 15 minutes later is in a red Jeep Wrangler. Bastard. Well, Dan23 says, when I was younger, I had some DS9 VHS tapes, and at the beginning, some had adverts and trailers to the DS9 video games. That's cool. Dan23 VHS tapes had other video game trailers also. Josh Street says, Bird and Star Trek Command, you can play as the Klingons TMP era ships. Very cool. Epic Beard says, there we go, SOB already. John DeMarcos has never played it, but I heard Star Trek Klingon was a good game. It featured Gowron, and I think the origin of the Klingon anthem used on DS9. Very cool. Dan23 says, there is a Star Trek Klingon Academy, Star Trek Klingon. Well, Star Trek Klingon Academy doesn't have Gowron. It takes place before the Undiscovered Country. Epic Beard Lowell, John DeMarco says that one guy is invincible. Rock Solid says, where are the Turdistanis when it's the perfect time for an ambush? Marlena says, Bird gets owned by one lowly soldier. Yeah, but it was the other 50 soldiers that I killed first. Sci-Fi Guys lolling. Epic Beard says, one guy kills Tank, lol. John DeMarco says he died honorably. Josh Reed is lolling. Marlena says, God has enough. The Epic Beard says, I warned you about lightning. You did. You warned me the other day. Josh Reed says, the true Kurogan God anti-tracker is punishing the evil God Bird of Prey. Blasphemy. Dan23 says, Star Trek Klingon was released in 1996. Star Trek The Next Generation Klingon Honor Guard released 1998. And Klingon Academy released 2000. Wow. Josh Reed is lolling. Epic Beards is Bird of Prey. You still have it on fast speed. Ah, thank you. Dan says you did play Klingon Academy. There are lots of long video scenes. Yes. I've seen the video scenes, but I haven't played the game. Marlena says, lol, end of the map. John DeMarco, Bird just proved the earth is flat. Epic Beard says, poof, world is flat. Dan23 says, end of map. Marlena says, gotta go, guys. See ya. Take care, Marlena. I'm going to be kind of calling it an end in a minute or two. Continuing Track says, cool game. What's it called? It's called Besiege. Besiege. It's on Steam. I think it's like $10, and on sale it's $4.99. I got it on sale for $4.99. It was the best $4.99 I've ever spent. Literally. Cinnabon Bunny, have a good day, everyone. Take care, Cinnabon. Continuing Track. Star Trek Borg was a good game. I'm sure it was. I'm going to go to eBay, see if I can find a working Klingon Academy for Windows 10. If I can, I'm getting it. And we'll go from there. Qapla, everyone. Thank you so much. I will see you guys later on Anti-Tracker stream. Usually streams about 8 to 8:30 p.m. Eastern. So remember to check out there. And then I will be around. Sunday is the big Space Engineers battle. So tomorrow I'll see. I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. We'll see. Qapla, take care. Good night. Or morning or evening or as, you know. Thank you all for watching my video. Please remember to comment, like, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell icon. Without it, you won't get notifications of new videos. Check out BirdOPrey5.com, the new home of everything BirdOPrey5 on the web. You can also check out my forum at juot.net. I'm also on social media, on Facebook, Twitter, and Gab. If you'd like to make a donation, check out paypal.me/BirdOPrey5 or on BirdOPrey5.com. Take care.